Close your eyes for a moment and listen carefully. There is something inside you that has always been there, but you often doubt it. People around you may notice it, but you pass by without realizing. This is the quiet power of your presence. It is the way you hold yourself. It is the way your eyes see the world. It is the way your energy moves before you even speak. Today I want to open a door for you. I want to reveal what you may not yet believe about yourself. There are signs that show your attractiveness, even when you do not think it is there. Attractiveness is not only about a face or a figure. It is a vibration. It is a state of being. It is how your body carries your spirit. When someone walks into a room with calm confidence, the whole room notices. When someone speaks with clarity and patience, the whole room listens. This is the kind of power that you also hold. When you are authentic, you draw people without effort. You do not need to chase their attention. Your silence, your posture, your smile, and even your stillness have strength. You may not see it because you live inside it. Others see it because they stand outside and feel it. This is why a person who treats themselves with respect begins to glow. That glow cannot be faked. It cannot be borrowed. It rises naturally. Many believe that beauty is a competition. In reality, it is an awakening. It is when you learn to stand in your own energy and stop apologizing for it. The 12th sign of attractiveness is when you no longer measure your worth by someone else's approval. This is the moment you become magnetic. This is the moment your presence becomes a teacher without words. You might notice how people mirror your movements. You might see strangers smile back at you without knowing why. You might hear compliments about your aura more than about your clothes. These are all signs. They are not coincidences. They are reflections of the way you already shine. Your attractiveness is also visible when you help others feel safe. When your kindness is steady. When your eyes show that you are listening fully. When you walk as if the ground supports you and your spine rises like a tree. All these gestures are invisible to you, but visible to the world. When you begin to understand that true attractiveness radiates from self-respect and inner confidence, rather than appearance alone, a whole new world opens inside you. You no longer chase mirrors for validation. You no longer measure your worth by the size of your body or the number of eyes looking at you. Instead, you begin to cultivate a strength within yourself that cannot be touched by outside opinion. This is where authentic attraction begins. People can sense when someone is at peace with themselves. They can feel when you are not trying to be someone else, but simply allowing your own presence to be enough. This feeling is powerful because it creates a rare space of honesty and safety. When you stand with self-respect, you carry a calm power. Your movements slow down because there is no rush to prove anything. Your voice softens yet becomes clearer because you are speaking from a grounded place. You look people in the eye because you are not hiding from who you are. These subtle changes communicate far more than any clothing or makeup could. They tell the world that you belong to yourself, that you are not available to be shaped by every trend or every passing judgment. In this state, you glow naturally. This glow is not dramatic but steady, like a candle that refuses to flicker even in a storm. Inner confidence grows from accepting your own story. You stop comparing your journey to someone else's because you realize each journey is built for different lessons. This is attractive because it signals maturity and depth. People are drawn to those who are sure of their values and boundaries. It shows in the way you treat yourself. It shows in the way you respond to setbacks. When your self-worth does not crumble under criticism, others see you as strong even when you are silent. Self-respect also teaches you to care for your body and mind without turning it into obsession. You eat to nourish rather than to impress. You rest because you know your body deserves it. You practice stillness and reflection because your inner life matters. These daily choices create an energy field around you that is warm and magnetic. Someone standing next to you might not know why they feel calm and safe, but it is because your inner stability has created a quiet rhythm they can sense. It is also important to realize that appearance fades and changes, but self-respect and inner confidence deepen over time. A person who values themselves ages with grace because they are not clinging to youth as the source of their worth. This grace itself becomes a form of beauty. People may not remember your features, but they will never forget how your presence made them feel. That is the power of inner attraction. When you stop chasing validation, you begin to enjoy your own company. This enjoyment teaches you to walk into a room without shrinking or exaggerating yourself. You simply arrive, and your presence is enough. This is deeply attractive because it reassures others that they too can relax. When you respect yourself, you respect others naturally, and this balance creates harmony in every interaction. Confidence does not mean arrogance. It is quiet and rooted. It is not about speaking louder or taking more space. It is about knowing that even in silence, your worth remains. This quiet power draws people because it feels authentic, not forced. It is the difference between a flame and a flash of light. A flash dazzles for a second, but a flame can guide someone through the night. Ultimately, your attractiveness is a reflection of how much you honor your inner world. The more you practice self-respect and the more you nurture your confidence, the stronger your aura becomes. This aura will always outlast any external marker of beauty. It cannot be faked or borrowed. It is built through every choice, every boundary, every moment you decide to honor yourself. This is why even if you do not believe you are attractive, the people around you may already see it. They can feel it in the way you walk, the way you listen, and the way you hold space. Remember this truth and let it guide the way you carry yourself every day. When you understand that authenticity makes you magnetic because people feel safe and inspired around real energy, you start to see yourself differently. You no longer feel the need to wear a mask for every room you enter or to shape shift depending on who you are with. Instead, you begin to move through life with an honest rhythm that belongs to you alone. This rhythm is calming to others because it feels steady. It is inspiring because it feels brave. Authenticity is not about perfection. It is about standing in your truth even when it is uncomfortable. This strength has a power far beyond anything temporary or superficial. People can sense authenticity without you saying a word. It is present in your tone, in your eyes, in the way you respond to both praise and criticism. It shows in how you celebrate others and how you handle disagreements. When you live in alignment with your own values, your presence becomes a safe space. Those around you feel free to lower their guard because they know they are not dealing with an act. This sense of safety is rare and deeply attractive. It is what makes others want to be near you even when you do not seek their attention. Real energy is steady. It does not chase. It does not manipulate. It simply exists in its own gravity. Think of a tree that has grown tall and rooted. Birds come to rest in its branches, not because the tree calls them, but because it offers stability. In the same way, when you live authentically, people approach you because your presence feels like a shelter. This is magnetism. This is the kind of attraction that does not fade with time, because it is not based on surface qualities, but on essence. Authenticity also means you express your emotions honestly but respectfully. You do not pretend to be happy when you are not. You do not hide your excitement for fear of being judged. You allow yourself to be seen as you are. This openness is powerful because it reminds others that they too can be themselves. People are drawn to those who grant them permission to be real. In a world full of masks, a genuine face shines brighter than any decoration. You may not realize how much influence you have when you are authentic. Others watch how you carry yourself. They notice your boundaries. They see how you honor your own time and energy. They learn from your example without you even knowing it. This quiet leadership is magnetic. It does not rely on authority or status. It is built on trust. Trust is born when your words and actions match, when your energy remains steady across situations. This consistency is a rare quality that pulls people toward you naturally. Another sign of this magnetism is how people confide in you. When you are authentic, others feel safe sharing their stories, their fears, their hopes. They sense that you will not betray or exploit their vulnerability. This kind of trust is a deeper form of attraction than anything physical. It is the attraction of souls recognizing safety and honesty. Authenticity also simplifies your life. You do not waste energy pretending. You do not scatter your focus trying to maintain multiple versions of yourself. This frees up energy that then radiates outward as calmness and vitality. This vitality is noticeable. People may say you have a glow, an aura, a warmth. What they are sensing is your alignment with your own self. This alignment gives your presence weight and clarity. Living authentically also helps you handle rejection with grace. Because your self-worth is not based on pleasing others, you can accept when some people do not resonate with you. This self-assurance is attractive because it signals emotional maturity. It shows that you are not dependent on approval. It shows that you are whole on your own. This quiet independence draws people who are also seeking depth and honesty. Over time, authenticity becomes your signature. It becomes the quality people remember about you long after words or appearances fade. It becomes the invisible field that surrounds you, making you magnetic without trying. Even if you do not believe you are attractive, your authenticity may already be working in ways you cannot yet see. Each act of honesty, each moment of self-respect, each choice to stand in your truth strengthens this field. It grows day by day, quietly, like roots beneath the ground, until one day you realize people are drawn to you for reasons you never chased. This is the natural power of being real. When you begin to see that kindness and empathy elevate your presence far more than any external style, your understanding of attractiveness transforms. Many people think appearance alone draws others in, but the truth is that how you make others feel leaves the deepest impression. Kindness is not weakness. Empathy is not softness without strength. Together they create an energy that pulls people closer and makes them feel seen. This is a beauty that no product, no trend, and no filter can ever replace. It is a force that works quietly, almost invisibly, yet it leaves a powerful imprint on everyone you encounter. Kindness begins with how you treat yourself. When you are gentle with your own mistakes, when you allow yourself forgiveness, and when you give your own heart patience, you create an inner atmosphere of compassion. This atmosphere radiates outward. People around you can feel it in your words, your tone, your gestures. They feel less judged and more accepted. This draws them to you in a natural way because everyone longs for a space where they feel safe. That space is you when kindness becomes part of your presence. Empathy deepens this presence even further. Empathy is the ability to step out of your own perspective and step into someone else's world for a moment. When you do this with sincerity, people feel understood. They may not even need you to fix their problem. Often they only need to be heard. Your willingness to listen without rushing, to hold silence without discomfort, becomes a rare gift. In a noisy world, someone who listens deeply and responds gently becomes magnetic. This magnetism is not about putting on a show. It is about being available in spirit. It is about creating small moments of humanity in a crowded life. A smile to a stranger, a kind word to someone overlooked, a patient response to someone struggling, all these acts build an aura around you. People begin to remember you not just for what you look like, but for how you made them feel at a vulnerable moment. This memory lasts much longer than any image. Kindness and empathy also teach you how to handle conflict with grace. Instead of reacting with anger or defensiveness, You pause, breathe, and respond with understanding. This does not mean you let people walk over you. It means you choose clarity over chaos. You can still set boundaries firmly while remaining respectful. This combination of firmness and empathy signals maturity and self-control. Others see you as balanced and trustworthy. This balance makes your presence even more attractive because it shows emotional intelligence. Another way kindness and empathy elevate your presence is through the way you communicate. Your tone softens. Your words become more thoughtful. Your timing improves because you sense what the other person needs. This subtle awareness can change an entire conversation, turning tension into connection. People notice. They feel drawn to you not because you are perfect, but because you are present. They sense that with you, they can be their real selves. As your empathy grows, so does your ability to inspire. You do not inspire by preaching or lecturing. You inspire by living with integrity and compassion. People observe how you handle setbacks and still keep your heart open. They see you offering encouragement instead of criticism, solutions instead of complaints. This quiet example teaches more than any speech could. Over time, people begin to associate your presence with hope. This association is deeply attractive. Kindness also creates resilience. When you act from empathy, you are less likely to burn out from bitterness or anger. Your inner world stays cleaner, lighter, and calmer. This inner calmness gives your face a softer glow and your body language a more open quality. It shows in your eyes, in the way you smile, and in the way you hold yourself. Without realizing it, you begin to look more approachable, more trustworthy, more radiant. This radiance cannot be achieved by forcing a smile or wearing the latest style. It grows naturally from the inside out. Even if you doubt your own attractiveness, know that every act of kindness and every moment of empathy is shaping your aura. It is teaching others how to treat you and how to treat themselves. It is giving people a glimpse of what is possible when someone chooses compassion over competition. In a world where many try to stand out through loudness and flash, your quiet consistency of kindness will stand out even more. This is how your presence becomes unforgettable. When you realize that silent confidence in your posture and movements speaks louder than words, you begin to understand a deeper level of attractiveness. There is a power in how you carry yourself before you even speak. It is not about arrogance or display. It is about presence. It is the quiet yet unmistakable signal that you are comfortable with who you are and where you stand. This signal reaches people without effort. They see it in the way you walk into a room, how you hold your head, how your shoulders rest, how your hands move. It is the subtle language of your body that speaks directly to the subconscious of others. Silent confidence starts with awareness. You become aware of your breath, of your stance, of your center. You stand tall not to intimidate, but to align with your own strength. You move deliberately not to impress, but to express inner calm. This quiet self-command becomes a magnet because it tells people you are not rushing. You are not grasping, you are not seeking approval. You are simply there, whole and grounded. Such presence is rare, and rarity draws attention naturally. When your posture reflects self-respect, people sense your boundaries without you saying a word. Your straight spine, your relaxed shoulders, and your steady gaze communicate self-assurance. This does not happen overnight. It grows each time you choose dignity over drama, patience over panic, clarity over confusion. Your movements start to mirror your inner state. When the inner state is balanced, the outer form follows. Others can feel it, even if they cannot explain why. This silent confidence also changes how you engage with others. You listen without fidgeting, you pause before responding, and you occupy space without shrinking. These actions show you are neither desperate for approval nor afraid of judgment. People are drawn to those who do not need to constantly announce their worth. They are drawn to those who simply embody it. This is why silent confidence is so attractive. It allows others to relax in your presence. Your movements tell a story about how you see yourself. When you are tense, hesitant, or apologetic, your body communicates uncertainty. When you are open, grounded, and fluid, your body communicates self-trust. This self-trust is magnetic because it signals safety and leadership. People unconsciously associate calm movements with reliability and strength. Even if you do not say a single word, your body is telling everyone who you are and what you stand for. Silent confidence also influences your energy field. You start to notice how your presence alone can shift the atmosphere in a room. When you enter with quiet strength, conversations may pause for a second. People may look up, not because you demanded it, but because they felt the difference. This is not an act of dominance, but of alignment. When your inner world and outer expression match, the result is a steady frequency that others recognize instantly. This kind of confidence is also resilient. It does not disappear with criticism or rejection. It stays because it comes from self-knowledge, not from applause. It grows each time you recover from a setback, each time you choose to walk tall even when the situation is uncertain. Over time, this resilience becomes part of your physical language. You no longer slump when things go wrong. You no longer rush to explain yourself unnecessarily. You hold your ground. This stability is incredibly attractive because it offers a sense of reliability in a world full of unpredictability. Even small gestures become powerful when rooted in silent confidence. The way you offer a handshake, the way you look someone in the eyes, the way you turn your head while listening. All these micro signals tell a bigger story. They tell people you are present, alert, and respectful. This attentiveness is compelling. It makes people want to connect with you, to trust you, to follow your lead without you asking them to. Even if you doubt your own attractiveness, cultivating silent confidence in your posture and movements can transform how others experience you. It does not require perfection. It requires awareness and consistency. As you practice carrying yourself with dignity, as you practice moving with intention, as you practice standing in your own space without apology, you begin to radiate an invisible yet undeniable strength. This strength becomes your signature and draws people to you before you even open your mouth. When you begin to understand that self-awareness of your energy, tone and actions creates a powerful aura. You start to see your presence in a completely new light. Self-awareness is the foundation of true attractiveness because it allows you to align your inner state with the way you show up in the world. It is the bridge between who you are and how others perceive you. Without it, even the most charming gestures can feel hollow, but with it, everything you do resonates deeply. People can feel energy long before they hear words, and self-awareness ensures that your energy speaks with clarity and authenticity. Self-awareness begins with noticing your own emotions and reactions. When you pause to understand why you feel a certain way, you stop letting unconscious impulses drive your behavior. This pause creates space for intentional action. It allows you to respond rather than react. When you respond intentionally, your energy becomes steady and predictable in a calming way. People are naturally drawn to this because it feels safe to be around someone who is in control of their own presence. They can sense that your words, movements, and gestures are deliberate, not chaotic. The tone of your voice is one of the most subtle yet impactful aspects of energy. When you are self-aware, you notice how your tone affects others. A soft, steady, and confident tone invites attention and trust. A rushed, harsh, or uncertain tone can push people away even if your words are kind. Self-awareness allows you to modulate your voice to reflect the true intention behind your words. When your tone matches your energy and your message, you create a resonance that makes people feel understood and valued. Actions also speak louder than words, and self-awareness ensures that your actions match your intentions. Every movement, from the way you gesture to the way you enter a room, carries information about your inner state. When you act with mindfulness, people sense alignment between your inner and outer worlds. This alignment is magnetic because it signals integrity. People feel that they can trust what they see and hear from you. Even small, consistent actions build this invisible credibility over time, shaping how others experience your presence. Self-awareness also allows you to notice how others react to you. You begin to pick up on subtle cues: a smile, a shift in posture, a change in tone. These cues are invaluable because they guide your interactions and help you create connection without forcing it. The more attuned you become, the more effortlessly you can match the energy in a room. This ability to read and respond to others' energy enhances your attractiveness because people feel seen and acknowledged. They feel that you are truly present, and presence is a rare gift. Your inner energy is like a current that flows into every interaction. When you are conscious of it, you can shape it rather than let it shape you. If you are tense, anxious, or scattered, others will feel it. If you are calm, centered, and confident, others will feel that too. This is why self-awareness is so crucial. It allows you to take responsibility for your energy. You become the source of your aura, rather than a passive carrier of circumstance. This power is quietly magnetic and draws people in naturally. Being self-aware also deepens your emotional intelligence. You begin to understand not only your own feelings, but also the feelings of those around you. This understanding informs your interactions and allows you to create harmony rather than tension. People are drawn to someone who seems to intuitively know what is needed in a situation. They feel safe, respected, and inspired by this awareness. It is not manipulation, it is alignment with truth, and that alignment radiates attractiveness effortlessly. Self-awareness is a daily practice. It is found in small moments: noticing how you breathe when stressed, observing the energy you bring into conversations, reflecting on how your choices affect yourself and others. Over time, this awareness becomes second nature, and your aura grows stronger. People may not consciously recognize what draws them to you, but they will feel it in every interaction. Your presence will resonate with a quiet authority and calm that is impossible to ignore. Even if you do not fully believe in your own attractiveness, cultivating self-awareness ensures that your energy, tone, and actions communicate authenticity, strength, and magnetism. It creates a powerful aura that others cannot help but notice. As you deepen this practice, you begin to understand that true attraction is not about being seen, but about being fully aligned with who you are. It is the energy you carry, the tone you set, and the actions you take that leave an unforgettable impression. When you embrace the truth that living without seeking approval is the ultimate sign of inner attractiveness, you step into a freedom that transforms how the world experiences you. Many people spend their lives chasing validation, measuring themselves against external standards, and molding their behavior to fit the expectations of others. In doing so, they dim their own light. True magnetism does not come from fitting in or earning applause. It comes from stepping fully into yourself without asking for permission. When you no longer seek approval, you stop performing for others and start living in alignment with your own values and desires. This shift alone changes everything about how people perceive you. Living without seeking approval begins with understanding your own worth. You do not need constant reassurance to feel complete. You recognize that your presence, your thoughts, your choices, and your feelings all have intrinsic value. This awareness allows you to make decisions based on your truth, rather than on what others might think. When your actions flow from your own conviction rather than external pressure, your energy becomes consistent and grounded. People sense this steadiness and are naturally drawn to it because it signals integrity and self-respect. When you stop asking for approval, your confidence becomes quiet but undeniable. You walk through the world without hesitation, without the need to justify your choices. Your posture, your expressions, and even your gaze communicate a clarity that is magnetic. This is not arrogance or entitlement, it is self-trust. People instinctively feel the difference between someone who moves from approval seeking and someone who moves from self-assuredness. The latter radiates authenticity, and authenticity is one of the strongest forms of attraction there is. Living without seeking approval also affects your relationships. You no longer enter connections from a place of dependency or fear. You do not need someone else's validation to feel worthy of love, friendship, or respect. This creates healthier, more balanced interactions. People respond to this energy because they feel it is safe to engage with someone who is complete on their own. They do not feel the weight of your insecurities or the pressure to meet unspoken expectations. Instead, they feel a natural alignment and ease in your presence. This freedom allows you to express yourself more fully. You speak your truth without hesitation. You pursue your passions without fear of judgment. You wear what you like, move how you feel, and think what resonates with your heart. Every expression becomes a reflection of your authenticity. This kind of self-expression is magnetic because it is rare. In a world where so many people conform to societal expectations, someone who confidently lives according to their own rhythm stands out effortlessly. Living without seeking approval also strengthens your resilience. Criticism no longer has the power to shake you. Rejection does not diminish your self-worth. You have built a foundation inside yourself that is unshakable because it is rooted in your own understanding and acceptance. This resilience is attractive because it signals emotional maturity. People feel that you can handle life's challenges without losing yourself, and that inspires trust and admiration. Another aspect of this principle is the liberation it brings to your energy. When you stop bending for approval, your energy flows freely. You are no longer drained by trying to please or impress. This vitality shows in your body language, in your facial expressions, in your movements. There is a lightness and ease about you that draws others in. You become someone people want to be around because your presence is uplifting rather than demanding. Living without seeking approval is not about becoming indifferent or detached from others. It is about being centered enough to honor your own path while respecting theirs. You can listen, support, and collaborate without losing yourself in the process. This balance between self-assurance and empathy is incredibly magnetic. People are attracted to those who stand firmly in their truth while remaining approachable, kind, and understanding. Even if you have doubts about your own attractiveness, embracing a life free from approval, seeking allows your natural magnetism to emerge. Your presence begins to radiate a calm certainty that invites others in. Your energy communicates that you are complete on your own, yet generous enough to share your presence with those around you. Over time, you will notice how people respond to this shift. They will be drawn not to what you wear, say, or do superficially, but to the authenticity, confidence, and freedom that now define you. This is the ultimate form of inner attractiveness. When you realize that consistency in values, actions, and self-care builds a glow that cannot be faked, you begin to understand the quiet power of lasting attractiveness. True magnetism is not created overnight. It is not the result of fleeting moments of style, luck, or attention. It is born from repeated choices that align with who you are at your core. Every small act of integrity, every moment you honor your own principles, every time you choose to nurture yourself, layers together to form a presence that radiates naturally. People sense it even if they cannot name it, and it is far more compelling than any superficial charm. Consistency in values means living in alignment with what truly matters to you. It is choosing honesty over convenience, compassion over indifference, and courage over fear repeatedly, day after day. When your words, thoughts, and actions are rooted in this alignment, people sense reliability and trustworthiness. They begin to see that your presence is not just a momentary impression, but a reflection of steady character. This steadiness is magnetic because it feels safe and grounded. People are drawn to someone whose energy does not fluctuate wildly, whose principles remain intact even under pressure. Consistency in actions is equally important. It is not enough to believe in your values. You must express them through what you do. When you consistently act with integrity, follow through on commitments, and treat others with respect, you create a field of reliability that people notice and admire. It is not flashy, but it is powerful. Others begin to sense that you are someone who can be counted on, someone whose presence is steady and dependable. This reliability builds trust, and trust is one of the most attractive qualities a person can possess. Self-care is often overlooked, but it plays a crucial role in building a glow that cannot be faked. Taking care of your body, mind, and spirit consistently communicates self-respect. When you nourish yourself with healthy habits, rest when needed, and protect your energy, that shows in your posture, your expression, and your energy. This care does not make you superficial, it makes you whole. People are drawn to wholeness because it signals stability and presence. A person who takes care of themselves consistently emits a natural radiance that cannot be manufactured. Consistency also extends to how you treat others. When your kindness, empathy, and respect are steady over time, people feel valued and seen. They notice that your compassion is not selective or performative. It is part of your essence. This builds a magnetic quality that goes far beyond appearance or charm. Others feel safe and inspired in your presence because they know what to expect. They know that your behavior aligns with your values, and this alignment creates an invisible trust that is deeply attractive. Over time, these layers of consistency combine to form a natural glow. It is not a superficial shine that can be turned on or off. It is a reflection of your inner alignment. This glow becomes part of your presence, influencing how people perceive you before you even speak. It is seen in your posture, felt in your energy, and sensed in the way you navigate interactions. People are drawn to this presence because it communicates authenticity, strength, and inner harmony. Consistency also teaches patience. The world often seeks immediate gratification, but true attractiveness grows steadily and reliably. By consistently showing up for yourself and for others, you cultivate a sense of depth and stability that people notice. This patience is magnetic because it signals emotional maturity. People instinctively respect and feel drawn to those who demonstrate a long-term commitment to their own values, growth, and self-care. Even when life challenges you, maintaining consistency in your values, actions, and self-care becomes a testament to your inner strength. You show the world that your glow is not dependent on circumstances or external validation. It comes from within. People feel this strength and are naturally attracted to it. They may not articulate why they are drawn to you, but they sense the steady energy and reliability that radiates from your presence. Even if you do not fully believe in your own attractiveness, living consistently with your values, actions, and self-care ensures that your presence leaves a lasting impression. The glow that emerges from this consistency is authentic and undeniable. Over time, it becomes your signature, a natural magnetism that draws people in effortlessly. This glow is the reflection of a life lived with integrity, self-respect, and conscious care, and it cannot be faked or borrowed. Every sign we have spoken about is a reminder that true attractiveness lies far deeper than appearance. It grows from your self-respect, your authenticity, your kindness, your silent confidence, your self-awareness, your freedom from seeking approval, and your consistency in living your values. Each of these qualities is already inside you, waiting to be noticed and strengthened. When you begin to live this way, your presence will speak before you do, and people will feel drawn to you without even knowing why. This is the quiet, powerful beauty that no one can take from you. I wish you strength, clarity, and courage as you continue your journey. Good luck on embracing the best version of yourself. And thank you for allowing me to share this time with you.